Hi there, welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, I hope you're well, and if you are new, please do subscribe to the channel. There will be more videos coming. I'm getting quite excited because Christmas official start date is tomorrow, 1st of December. Today is the 30th, but by the time I publish that, it probably will be the 1st of December. And we are quite exciting at the headquarters here because there's a lot coming, and I thought I would do a little gift guide video for kids. So I'm basically going to tell you what I bought for my kids. I'm not going over the top, so no panic. It's still with frugal living in mind. We spend money, but we try to spend it on useful things rather than just splashing money out. So, for James, who is 11 and a boy, we get a bit of a mix of things. So there's a few video games related things. So there's not virtual video games, but you know, the ones that you buy online, you don't get a card or a disc, or not a disc, how old am I? You know, the little thing that you put in it, I forgot what it's called. You can buy them online now, so you don't necessarily need to put the little thing in it. But I like buying the little thing because then you can sell it when they stop using it. And when it's a download, you can't do that. So last time you made me buy Pokemon Arceus on the Switch, and he played it, and he almost finished it, and now we just can't do anything about it. We can't sell it. So my suggestion would be to buy not virtual, the opposite, physical product that you can then sell on. So for James, we get some video games. We have an extension pack for an existing video game. So I didn't realize that was a thing, but you can actually do that. So he's got Zelda Breath of the Wild. He loves it. So if you have a boy and around 11, Zelda Breath of the Wild is a winner on our side. And you can actually buy an extension pack online and you just top up the game. So you buy a few more things. Then there's always some clothes, because I always want to have something, you know, more than just toys. Clothes are useful, clothes last a while. He asked us for a remote, what is it called? The thing, yeah, the remote, like a remote pad, but like a bit like the one for the Xbox where it's just one piece, because on the Switch you get the two small one that you click it on the side. And they have fallen on the floor a few times. But I still think that for the amount they cost, the quality should be much higher, and it's not there. The quality just isn't there. We've had that Switch for probably... We bought the Switch before we bought the house, so March 2000. So it will be 3 years in March. We've had so many. I mean, they have dropped it, but this console is meant for kids. I don't think the quality is there. I'm not impressed, but the kids love it. So you have to roll with it and make them happy a little bit. So for James, we have that. Then there's more clothes. Then he asked for a weighted blanket, which is quite funny because you wouldn't think an 11-year-old would like a weighted blanket, but it's quite cold, and I thought actually that's a really useful present, because if it has a good blanket, then we can leave the heating down a bit, particularly at night. You want to keep your head cool and your body warm, so I thought it worked out. One thing to be mindful about for weighted blankets, I've read, I haven't done loads of research to do your own, but weighted blankets should be no more than 10% the weight of the child. So I don't know, James must be about 40 kilos now. So I could have gone up to 4 kilos. I got a 3 kilos, but I could have gone up to 4. Leave it smaller, so I bought a 3 to make sure that it's not too heavy. But it's like surprisingly heavy. I bought one for myself, and I bought a 7 or 8 kilos. And I could have bought one that is even heavier than that, but I actually, you know, folding it was hard. So yeah, it's something to be mindful about. And they also say not to buy weighted blankets for little children, just in case it gets over their head and then they can't breathe. It's really dangerous. So not for little kids, and definitely not for babies. James has also, we bought him another game, but he doesn't know what it is. That will be a surprise. Another Switch game. He asked for his computer to be fixed, and I mentioned that I think in a previous video. I looked and I found a mini PC, and that was £450 or 460 with a £100 voucher. And during Black Friday it was down to $350. And then my dad said you could actually just try to replace a hard drive with a SSD. And that was 60 quid because the laptop he's using is from 2013, so it's not recent. Full disclaimer, took me 6 hours to fix it. The reason it took 6 hours to fix it is because I did it well. I changed the hard drive, I did my key of recovery on my laptop because his was so slow I couldn't even do the key of recovery key, I can't remember the exact word for it. And then I installed it on his, I got Windows 11 on his computer, everything worked well, and when we plugged it in the monitor, it just wouldn't work. And apparently, if you have a computer too old, you shouldn't put Windows 11. It doesn't have the capability, apparently, that's what I'm told. So just bear in mind that if you decide to change your hard drive, if your computer is really old, you can get Windows 10, and you can download it off the Windows Microsoft website for free. If you have a license. And I didn't actually put the license number, but I have an account with Microsoft and I think my license must be recorded in there. So if you have another laptop, then you just put your email address and it will find you. But I definitely paid for a license for that computer when I bought it, so I know that everything is alright. Then there's bits and bobs like stationery sets that I bought him, that I did only bought one. I know it's always useful to have one. I don't buy too many. I found a few years back too many stationery sets. We had so many crayons, so many pencils, so many coloring books. They don't use all of that. Well, mine don't, at least. And I think it depends on your kids. I can see some kids really love it, but my kids are not really. They like drawing, but there's a limit to the drawing skills, or maybe the drawing patience, I should say. And then James asked for a webcam. And I think that's it after that. I mean, that's it. It's not bad. And that's not just from us, by the way. Sorry, I should say. It's from my mom, my grandma, my dad, and us. So, you know, it's not a massive budget, but it's decent. And then everything that's left over will be moved onto his saving account. And we will invest in some shares. So for both children, I have opened an ISA account that's locked until they're 18. And in a perfect world, it would be going up by 8% every year. But because of what's happening in the world over the last year, it's not gone up at all. Well, it's gone down before Christmas last year, like really like -7%. And then it went up technically, but we're still at -3%. So we've not made any money at all. But I know it will come up eventually. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. If you want to do something, you need to look into it and make sure you're doing what's right for you. So that was for James. So then for Liv, again, there's a mix of like useful present and fun present. So for Liv, there's a whole range of clothes as well because they just grow so quickly. It's insane. So there's some pretty dresses, you know, stuff of going out or evening stuff, not just everyday jeans and jumpers, but also some nicer things, girly things that she really likes. She will have some makeup as well. I know she's only 8, but I do allow her to put some makeup on because she likes it and I like makeup, so I can't tell her not to do it. Only, you know, with moderation, let's say. I get her some of these, she doesn't know about that, I get her some of these painting cards. I saw that on Pinterest and I thought it looked really cool. It's like little cards and there's paint, but the paint is dry. And all you need is a card, a paintbrush, a tiny bit of water, and you can pretty much paint on the go without having like, you know, loads of paint or loads of water or a palette or anything like that. It's all on the card. We haven't actually used it. I just ordered it and I wrapped it, but it looked really cool. Then she asked for a Barbie ambulance. The thing is absolutely massive. I bought a Barbie dream house this summer. It's all secondhand, by the way. I didn't buy anything new, but there's a garage on Barbie dream house, and she said, "Oh, I need an ambulance or a car because I need to put something in the garage, basically." And I was just like, "Really? You need to?" Apparently she does. So anyway, at Christmas she will be happy because she will get something she asked for. She also is getting a controller for her birthday, but an Xbox One because hers is drifting, so she's playing and then whatever character she's using is just drifting onto one side. Then I bought her some Lego. So I bought the Lego secondhand from Vinted. And I'm gonna put like a disclaimer or a word of caution or warning. I bought it from someone who said in the description is that it was really cheap, don't get me wrong, but the person said, oh, I think that 99% of the Lego required for the structures are in there. And I was like, all right. And I thought, it's all right, we got loads of Lego upstairs. We can, if we have something missing, I can replace it. So I received the Lego set. It was really dirty. Like, I had to wash every piece of Lego. Some of them I had to scrub because they were really sticky and disgusting. There was dust everywhere. The Lego set was discolored, and we've had a lot of Lego sets. There's not a lot of them that actually get discolored. So it must have just been left out in the sun. And I wouldn't have minded if the person said it's discolored, then I would have known. So from my perspective, I would say if you put things on Vinted for sale, just put like an accurate description, because I was feeling really grumpy about that person. I didn't say anything because then the person would have probably given me bad feedback, and you know that feedback on Vinted, like on eBay, it's a double-sided thing. So you give bad feedback, then people give you bad feedback, and then everybody is unhappy. So I was like, all right, it's fine, just wash it. And then I checked all the pieces, and there's actually quite a lot missing. So I wasn't too impressed. So I would say just, if you see that something is really cheap, bear in mind that it's probably because the quality is not there, but they haven't bothered putting it in the description. So Liv is also getting a blanket, but she doesn't know about it either. And then I found some makeup storage from Aldi, which I think would be really cool, like little plastic drawers, and you can put things in there. And I had a whole bunch of my makeup brushes. I don't do makeup as much as I used to, but I still have all the brushes because I bought some Real Techniques probably back 10 years ago now. And they still are alright. Some of them are, but some of them are actually alright. It depends how you wash your brushes. You need to make sure that the water doesn't get in the funnel. Otherwise, the glue that keeps the hairs together will fall apart. So just when you wash your brushes, lay them down flat. Or even better, like I have a thing that you tuck the brushes in upside down, and then the water can just come down, so they don't come apart basically. So I've cleaned up some of them because the soft handle thing had gone all sticky and gross. I don't know, you can see we got like little speakers as well. It's like that kind of soft, it's not felt, but it feels really soft on the outside. It's plastic, and then after a while it goes all sticky and gross. So if you take some like rubbing alcohol, you can actually clean that up. So it's not something I bought, but it's something that I know she will love and she will use. So that I've wrapped it for her as a present as well. And that's pretty much it for the kids. And again, that's from, Chris and me, my mom, my grandma, and my dad. Then there will be extended family. And so that's from Chris and me, my mom, my grandma, my dad. And then there will be extended family, Chris's parents, and cousins and family in France and things like that. But I hope that gives you kind of a few ideas of how to keep it cheapish. It's not cheap, it adds up to a certain amount, but you don't have to buy brand new. You can buy secondhand. There's loads of secondhand toys out there, and just in case you feel bad about buying secondhand for Christmas, I used to, when James was little, I didn't want to buy secondhand. I remember Chris wanting to buy some secondhand toys, and I was like, my son can't buy him secondhand toys. That has completely gone out the window, people. I am now perfectly happy to buy a good quality or good condition or clean condition secondhand toy. I will often wash them though. The Barbie ambulance wasn't clean either, so I had to go and scrub it and, with a sponge and stuff. But I'm glad to know that they're getting something that is being reused as well, because my kids don't play with toys very much. I have to really push them to play with toys. And I like to know that I like to give things away to people as well. I hate throwing things out if I can avoid it. So it's really nice to know that by buying secondhand, you're doing something for the planet basically, and you're doing something for your wallet, and you're doing something good. And I also think you're teaching your children to do something good, because I don't remember buying secondhand when I was a kid. I don't remember anyone buying secondhand. We don't have near as many charity shops in France as we do in England, and I think it's great to buy secondhand. I think it's really good for a whole bunch of reasons. So anyway, I'll stop rambling for today. I hope you're all excited about Christmas. 24 days to go. 19 days until, no, 25 today, 24 tomorrow. 19 days, 24 days to go from tomorrow, when you probably will hear that video. And the kids are getting really excited, and I hope you're feeling festive. And I hope you're enjoying that time of the year and not finding it stressful, but rather relaxing, taking some time for yourself, taking some time for your family, and just looking forward to it, really. If you have any suggestions you want to share with the group, the group being anyone who might listen to the video, put them in the description. It's always helpful to share hints and tips and stuff like that. So thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you in my next podcast. So thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you in my next podcast. Bye.